I like knowing that I existed before I came into this physical body because it makes more sense about why I'm here. I like knowing that contrast is a good thing because it explains all the smucks that are around me. I like knowing that contrast is a good thing because I like the feeling of being out of alignment, and so that I know that I'm in alignment, so that I know that I'm out of alignment, so that I know that I'm in alignment. I've enjoyed getting my sea legs, and I like knowing that all of this is there for me to choose. I like knowing that there's a difference between the phase in my life when I'm exploring contrast and finding things that I want and don't want within it, and the difference in vibration between the vibration of asking and the vibration of letting it in. I like knowing that when I'm asking, I'm a different vibration than when I'm letting it in. I like understanding that the question has a different vibration than the answer, and that the problem has a different vibration than the solution. But what I love most is knowing that I couldn't have the ecstasy of the solution without having the experience of the problem. Without a question, without life that causes me to know that there's more and not quite be able to find it, I couldn't feel the satisfaction when I do find it. I love knowing the eternal nature of my being. It makes this moment in time more delicious. Before I understood the eternal nature of my being, then it felt like every moment had to be urgent, because it felt like I needed to be proving something, because I didn't know that I was timeless and endless and eternal. So it felt like I had to just be hard after it all the time, which I think is where struggle and all of that stuff comes from. But now we're speaking from your perspective. Now that I understand that it's about this continual eternal state of becoming, now I can relax and start enjoying more of the moments. It feels so good to be a part of this never-ending, ongoing expansion upward and outward to all that is good. I love understanding that here in this physical body, where the contrast exists that is so valuable, and the contrast that is so valuable causes the expansion and the asking for more. I love knowing that when I reemerge into non-physical, that any of that struggle or contrast is left behind, and that what I become and what I singularly then focus upon is all that I've asked for. In other words, the contrast produced the nugget of expansion, and I get it that non-physical is only focused upon that. I now understand this cycle of life. I understand that there are places for me to play as non-physical consciousness, and I know that there is a place for me to play as physical consciousness. And now, maybe for the first time, I understand the union between the two, and I understand that what is physical is also non-physical, and what is non-physical is also physical. So I understand that in all that quest for goodness and non-physicalness and heaven that I've always been reaching for, that all of that is right here with me, right here, out here on this leading edge in this physical experience. Now, shortage consciousness doesn't exist within me, because I understand that I can be or do or have anything that I choose. The comparative consciousness doesn't matter so much either, because some may be choosing something different than I choose, but there's no right or wrong in the choosing of the different approaches to life experience. I like most of all understanding that as we all fit together, that we all come from, and most recently, from this energy of pure positive love consciousness. And when I don't do that thing I sometimes do, which just allows me from feeling that, but when instead I quiet my mind, or I focus in a way that is pleasing to me, and I allow my vibration to rise, and I feel the fullness of all that I am, under those conditions, it makes me feel so good as I focus into the conditional world of physical manifestation. I believe, we're speaking from your point of view, that I have found the perfect blend of non-physical and physical or non-conditional and conditional. I now understand that we are here in these bodies exploring the details in such a way that we are literally taking thought beyond what it has been before. I get it that this time and space with all of its manifestations are as spiritual and as holy and as righteous and as godlike as it can become. I no longer have this feeling that I need to separate the secular physical world from the spiritual non-physical world. I get it that it's all mixed in here together. Most of all, I understand that I'm an extension of source energy in physical form, and that the physicalness of that which I am about is the manifestation of the spirit that is really who I am. I finally get it. Religion is fine. It's not something that I now loathe. I get it that people are trying to find their place in all of this. I just like it that I now understand my eternal place in all of this. I like knowing that Source loves me, and I really like to be loved. But even more, speaking from your perspective, I like to love. I like the feeling of love flowing through me, and I want to be more inner being like, because I know that my inner being doesn't need other humans to be likable in order for them to like them or love them. And that's the thing that I'm working on all day, every day. I'm wanting to flow the love that is natural to me, whether the object of my attention is lovable or not, which means I've accomplished this in two ways. I become a really good selective sifter because I can look around and find lovable things everywhere. But the thing that has served me the most is that I don't need a lovable condition in order to love, because I know how to tap into the energy that is love, whether I'm right now in this red hot minute looking at anything that is that lovable or not, because I understand here it is. There's step one and there's step three, and step one hardly ever loves, it just asks for it. Step one is really the step where I ask for something to like or love. Step three is the step where I'm loving it, where I'm being it.